There is heartbreak, sorrow and anger in Brampton tonight after the death of a 13-year-old girl. Emily Victoria Viegas is now one of just 3 people in Ontario under the age of 19 to die of COVID-19. Doctors, politicians and community members say with vaccines now available, this was a preventable and horrifying tragedy and highlights the urgency to send more vaccines to Brampton.
Members will please rise.
A poignant moment of silence in the Ontario Legislature to remember Emily Victoria Viegas. The 13-year-old, now one of the youngest victims of COVID-19 in the province and the country. Flags flew at half-mast at Brampton City Hall, a community shattered by the news. The mayor lost for words.
It's like getting hit by a truck. That's the way I felt when I read this story.
He tells us the family of the young girl was following all public health protocols, but Emily's father is an essential worker at a Brampton warehouse, and he was the only one to leave their apartment in months.
It's why we've been screaming from the top of our lungs for the last 5 months from Brampton, vaccinate essential workers.
While Emily's father was vaccinated April 12th, it was already too late. Her mother was taken to hospital just 2 days later and has been in critical care since then, according to media reports. Emily began showing troubling symptoms, including a fever and difficulty breathing, a week after her mother. On April 22nd, she was rushed to hospital, where she was later pronounced dead.
There is urgency to vaccinate our essential workers. And I don't want to hear another story like this. I don't want to hear another story that rips your heart out like this.
There have been urgent calls to get more vaccines to Brampton, which has a COVID-19 positivity rate of 22% and has been a hotspot since the very start of the pandemic. Brampton has had 400 workplace outbreaks, and the average age of an essential worker in the city is 36, so many still aren't on the list to get a shot.
How many more deaths will it take before the Conservative government give Brampton the support we need to fight COVID-19?
She was a young woman who was just starting out in her life, and it is a tragic situation that she passed away. However, we all need to remember that we are working as hard as we can to bring vaccinations to as many people as possible.
Doctors calling it systemic failure.
It's hard not to feel that we as a system have betrayed her family. I don't know what we as a health system, as a society, say to Mr. Viegas.
In the meantime, a GoFundMe created for Emily's family has already raised close to $80,000. Friends of her father say his loss is unimaginable.
Last time we kind of spoke to him, he's saying he's not even getting out of bed. It's pretty devastated.
Doctors say it remains incredibly rare for children to develop severe illness from COVID-19. William Osler says this is the first person under 19 to die of the virus within their health system. And the office of the chief coroner confirms they are investigating the death of a 13-year-old to understand the circumstances more clearly. We've also heard from the Dufferin-Peel Catholic District School Board. They tell us this is a loss to the entire community, and their prayers go out to the family, staff, students, and all who are impacted.